My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is January 18, 2023. It is 3:34 a.m. This is video number 3. However, this video I'm gonna post it on my other channel. I haven't been on that other channel quite some times, so I think I'm gonna, let's see, let's check. I don't want this video to be too long, but oh, I need to do some stuff there. So that was the last video that I posted on that channel, so I'm gonna post this one there. Okay, so let's go on Twitter. Okay, so there's some stuff I need to do. Playlist or now move to context. Okay, so there's some stuff that changed on YouTube. I did it on my other channel, but I need to do them on here as well. So let's go on Twitter. Alright, so I want to share this with you. I posted that on my community board on my other channel. It's about well, let's just get to it. Alright, that's from The Independent. Breaking: Amazon dropped Jeremy Clarkson following Meghan Markle Roe report says. So I think you have to pay to read that article. I'll put the link in the description for you guys, but this is it right here. I have to fill in, do all sort of things, but you guys could use your own discretion if you want to read it. So this is what I'm able to see. Amazon has reportedly cut ties with Jeremy Clarkson as the future of his presenting career lay in question weeks after he made highly controversial remark about Meghan Markle. Sources told Variety that Prime Video, the tech giant streaming service, will no longer be working with the British presenter beyond episode of which I cannot see. Alright, so the link will be in the description. So on my other channel, on the community, but I posted some stuff regarding that where I forgot what I said in it, but let's see here. Goodbye to the thing that I posted on my other channel is that some of the reporting that I was seeing yesterday, they were not definite. There were things that were being said that most likely or will cut ties or thinking about, so nothing was really definite. But this one is the only one that says it definite, like a definite kind of statement that they're not working anymore. And as you I started reading on the article, it says after certain episode, maybe they're reaching their contract, and then that'll be it after that. All right, so let's see some of the comment. Goodbye to bad rubbish, Jeremy Clarkson, disgusting, and all of that, including your new editor-in-chief. So these are, who's the editor-in-chief? Okay, anger mount over Camilla lunch attended by Jeremy Clarkson and Piers Morgan, The Independent. Was that when they went to meet and have the luncheon? Okay, goody, Greg appointed editor-in-chief of The Independent. So these are all the people who allow. Okay, so she probably came up with the idea. The Clarkson probably might wrote the article, and then he approved it. So former Daily Mail editor Jody Gregg has been appointed editor-in-chief of The Independent. Mr. Gregg joined the online-only newspaper of rich Russian businessmen and London. Okay, there's more to it. I don't know. So this is this guy. I remember, what was it? There was some stuff that was going on during the early of the Russian and Ukraine war. So some Russian went to the UK, and police were protecting their home. So you could pretty much have an idea where they lay. My God, my God. Whew. Okay, Amazon knows where its interests are, and it's not on Jeremy, the bully side. Good move. There's that. Okay. They need to drop Tom Bower's book next if they sell it. Okay. I don't know. Okay, wonderful news. More free time hopefully allow for more contemplation and less rush article. Thank you. Amazon statement had nothing to do with Megan. Shish, you all love to pen things on that woman. Okay, whatever it may be. Jeremy finding out the world doesn't work like the UK media world. Journalistic integrity doesn't matter as long as he is the friend of the royal family. Well done, Amazon. Okay, the hateful rhetoric, dehumanization of a woman only works in England, but not internationally. Okay, not before time, said little man that he is. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet that I have to share with you. There's this. Okay, hope Carmilla worth it. Alright, Jeremy Clarkson and Amazon set to part ways. These are the kind of wording that I was seeing yesterday. Set to part ways. It wasn't a definite, but that last article that I show you, it's a definite. So they put the time frame when things will be completely dissolved. They will not have any more contractual obligation. Okay, after Meghan Markle rule, Clarkson has apologized again to the Markle for his hate comment. He's not sorry. Alright, I'm so happy for this and a cellular level. He lost his farm, he lost Prime. I better wise up and drop him. But seeing the others they have on, I will not hold my breath. Okay, F1 and find out. Okay, thanks Amazon. Alright, so let's see here. Next tweet. I have what? Three more tweets to share with you. So there's this here. Kevin don't mince his word. Jeremy Clarkson, Meghan Markle. Alright. We didn't know he'd apologize privately. That I think is something, but the wretched column should never have been put in a newspaper in the first place. Prince Harry and Meghan have accused Jeremy Clarkson of writing articles and hate as they reject the TV presenter's apology. Alright, 1 minute and 56 seconds. Let's see here.
I've emailed everyone saying how sorry I am. And then on Christmas morning, I emailed Harry and Meghan in California to apologise to them too. Really? Christmas? Was that appropriate?
Yeah, that's what they wanted. It wasn't. That's what they wanted for Christmas.
That was a Christmas card.
Where did you get their email address from?
I was profoundly sorry.
That's a good question. Where did they get the email address from? And then of all time, Christmas morning, I mean, and the other one is saying is a Christmas present. I mean, why did he start it from the beginning? Nobody wanted him to start writing negative thing about Meghan. And then on Christmas morning, this is what you want them to be thinking of what you said about them? That's not a present. What the hell? Let me rewind it a little bit.
Christmas.
That was a Christmas card.
Where did you get their email address from?
I was profoundly sorry, he said. Well, they've said it's not good enough.
It's like a form of buyer's remorse, isn't it? It's because I don't think his column has appeared in The Sun, has it? I may be wrong on this.
Well, this column has been withdrawn from...
Look, what is this about? This is a self-serving grovel because Amazon are going to drop him in future, and he's worried ITV are going to dump him from Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. It's all about him. First of all, he writes about her in a grotesque way. Then he sends it to her husband. And as they quite rightly point out, that he's written nauseous, poisonous, vile, odious, toxic pieces about so many. Were they all in a hurry too?
I like the way he put it. Yeah, this is way beyond vile. My God. Does he have a daughter? Jesus Christ.
Now, okay, so that's what they've said in response. The one thing I would say to that is, if you apologise for something, should that apology be accepted in good faith? Or is it...
But the thing didn't even go to Meghan. It went to the husband. Did he say anything about Harry on that article? No. He trashed his wife. So his wife is the one who needs the apology. So it's like a double sword. What the F?
As in this case, do you have to apologise for everything else that you've ever done in order for your apology for one thing to be accepted?
Why has he apologised now? He's apologised now because he's threatened financially. That's why he's threatened. He regularly punches down on people who can't fight back. He's gone here for a target bigger than him who've come back. Yeah. So he's now grovelling and shedding crocodile.
You doubt.
I like his reasoning. It makes sense to me. Yeah, he's done it many times, but now there's someone who's punching back. Now that's when he's coming to apologize. Okay, all the little people, I don't know how many other articles he has written to degraded other people who don't have the financial mean to fight back, but now because he is being threatened financially, he's apologizing. So I like his reasoning. It makes sense to me.
He did apologise.
Yes.
He did apologise.
Clarkson, yeah.
I mean, the timing of his apology to Harry and Meghan was ridiculous, Christmas Day, but we didn't know he'd apologised privately. That, I think, is something. However, the wretched column should never have been put in a newspaper in the first place.
Should never have been written.
It was a shameful
Gone off
piece
you
of
one.
writing.
All right, so I mean, this guy is the only one who's making sense, and he sort of makes sense at the end. But the fact that this thing should never have been written. If everyone that keeps on punching at Meghan like this, and they have some sort of consequences, this shit will stop, because the palace is not doing a damn thing. Okay, I want to pause that. Okay, he's right. Clarkson is only apologizing because he's going to lose that money. Yep. Okay, I spoke about it on my other channel. $250 million. It's a lot of money, and I think it's equivalent to 160 million. No, is it 260 million dollars in not dollars, pound in the UK? And they made a comparison where I think BBC budget it's 200 million pound. So he was getting a chunk of money just for himself. And then when you look at the budget for BBC for the entire year, that's a huge thing he's missing. Alright, so whatever. Okay, Andrew Pierce, there is no apology here. First and second, try rubbish but self-serving nonsense. He's not sorry, disgusting man. Okay, look at Andrew Pierce saying that Clarkson Pierce shouldn't have been written when it has already been raised to the bottom. Who can write and say the most odious thing about Meghan Markle? Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. It's a video as well. These people are vile over there. Okay, so this one is 6 minutes and 22 seconds. As always, Jim hits the nails on the head. Jeremy Clarkson's non-apology to Meghan Markle is pathetic. Okay, it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic. He's like a mewling schoolboy. James O'Brien ruthlessly deconstruct Jeremy Clarkson apology to Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Alright, so let's hear this.
Sun apologised a few days later for the December article, removed it from its website, apparently at his urging. Emily Clarkson, who is the daughter of Jeremy Clarkson, made clear her disgust at what her father had done, and indeed the role it played.
So he has a daughter. Okay, I think I did read something like that. Yeah, I mean, my God, these people don't think beyond themselves. Does the daughter have kids? Oh my Lord.
A picture of misogyny, and he issued the following apology, which is, I mean, for a man who's supposed to be fearless, for a man who's supposed to be, you know, a man who prides himself on, I'll tell you what, so this is just pathetic. It's like a mewling schoolboy. Oh dear, he wrote, I've rather put my foot in it. In a column I wrote about Meghan, I made a clumsy reference to a scene in Game of Thrones, and this has gone down badly with a great many people. I'm horrified to have caused so much hurt, and I shall be more careful in future. And then he laughed all the way to the pub.
Wow. And I think that was after he wrote the thing, people were, you know, saying stuff to him, and then he wrote that. I mean, this just word, they don't think of anything beyond, oh my God, these people are vile. Oh, vile. He didn't care. He just want to put people's mind at rest and say, okay, I said this, that's it, I move on. But this one wasn't going away. People were furious about it.
Except, of course, he hasn't apologised to Meghan Markle, and he hasn't referenced Rose West. So if the story's still bubbling away a month later, and he's apparently facing the end of employment with an organisation like Amazon, he's obviously decided, completely coincidentally, that he needs to return to the fray and offer up a more fulsome apology, which reads as follows. One of the strange things I've noticed in recent times is that whenever an MP or a well-known person is asked to apologise for something, no matter how heartfelt or profound that apology may be, it's never enough for the people who called for it in the first place. Poor me, a drink. So I'm going to try and buck the trend this morning with an apology for the things I said in a Sun column recently about Meghan Markle. I really am sorry. All the way from the balls of my feet to the follicles on my head, this is me putting my hands up. It's a mea culpa with bells on. Usually I read what I've written to someone else before filing, but I was home alone on that fateful day and in a hurry. So when I'd finished, I just pressed send, and then when the column appeared the next day, the landmine exploded. It was a slow rumble to start with, and I ignored it. But remember, this is an absolutely deep and sincere apology. But then the rumble got louder, so I picked up a copy of The Sun to see what all the fuss was about. This is weird. We've all been there, I guess, in that precise moment when we suddenly realise we've completely messed up. You're sweaty and cold at the same time, and your head pounds, and you feel sick. This is how he now describes what he described at the time as...
But the thing is that he has done this before. I've seen other screenshots of things he's done in the past, similar to that. So it's in his nature. It's just that this time around, he's getting a backlash for it.
Having rather put his foot in it. I mean, there's a world of difference between, oh dear, I've rather put my foot in it, and you are sweaty and cold at the same time, and your head pounds and you feel sick. I couldn't believe what I was reading. Oh, we've got something in common. Had I really said that? It was horrible. I knew what had happened straight away. I'd been thinking of a scene in Game of Thrones, but I'd forgotten to mention this, so it looked like I was actually calling for revolting violence to rain down on Meghan's head.
He printed it. He meant what he said. Yeah, I've read that portion. My God, it was so vile.
I was very angry with myself, because in all those controversial days on Top Gear, when I was accused of all sorts of things, it was very rarely sexism. Yeah. That's right, because you compared her to two men, didn't you, when you talked about hating her on a cellular level? You said, I hate her more than Fred West. And Rishi said, oh, no, you didn't, mate. You chose women. But you're definitely not a misogynist. We never did women can't park gags, for instance. Is it too late to get them canonised? They never did women can't park gags on Top Gear. Is it too late to put him up for sainthood, do you think? Is it? Or suggested that powerful cars were only for men. Yeah, there's a big shock here. Television presenters trying not to alienate potentially half of their audience. Give the man a medal. And I was thrilled when Jodie Kidd and Ellen MacArthur set fastest ever laps in our reasonably priced car. Pardon? What? You compared her to a serial killer and said you preferred the serial killer, and you think the fact that Jodie Kidd drove a car quickly round a track on your old television programme somehow exonerates you from the allegation of misogyny?
Oh my God, I didn't even know all of this but were part of his... what do you call this? His apology. I don't follow them. It's whatever the squad put, and I know bits and pieces of it, and then if I have any question, I look into it more. I didn't know he said all of this. Compare her to a serial killer, and then he chose to say, oh my God, baggage for God. I'm telling you, the UK is full of evil people. Very few people are level-headed or some sort. My God, and the royal family just shut them off. My God.
Mate, I think you should have read this to somebody before you sent it. Never mind the actual article. But he's not finished. He says, I'm just not sexist. Which is, of course, what all sexists say. And I abhor violence against women. And yet I seemed to be advocating just that. No, pal. You were not advocating just that. You were... you weren't seeming to advocate just that. You were advocating just that. And for a man who abhors violence against women, how could you possibly hate someone who has committed no violence against women more than someone who killed several women after torturing them with her husband? Nothing says I abhor violence against women than saying, here's a blameless princess who I've got a problem with for reasons I can't really explain, but I had dinner with her mother-in-law last week, and I hate her more than an actual serial killer, but I abhor violence against women. Oh, and Ellen MacArthur once drove a car really quickly around a track on a television programme I used to present, so how could I possibly be a misogynist?
My God, this is pure evil. I don't know how you people in the UK are dealing with this. This is the thing you guys are embedded into young boys, young men over there. What is it? Someone in my comment section on my other channel wrote something saying that a police rape at least 20 or 28 women. These are the people that, oh my God. But okay.
It's pathetic. But it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing about it. He also revealed, I think, that he had... Yeah, here you go. I was mortified, and so was everyone else. Oh, bless him. Bless him. My phone went mad. Very close friends were furious. Even my own daughter took to Instagram to denounce me. What do you mean, even my own daughter? I imagine she was at the front of the queue, mate. The Sun quickly apologised, and I tried to explain myself. Oh, I've told you how he tried to explain myself. Oh dear, I've rather put my foot in it. It's gone down badly with a great many people. I'm horrified to have caused so much hurt, and I shall be more careful in future.
Wow.
I therefore wrote to everyone who works with me saying how sorry I was, and then on Christmas morning I emailed Harry and Meghan in California to apologise to them too. That's just weird, isn't it? Christmas morning.
I know.
I said I was baffled.
When they should be focusing on family, presents, and be festive, and then you ruin their moment with this. Well, they probably, hopefully, they then open it on Christmas morning. I focus on their family and stuff like that, or don't open their email, their business email. Jeez.
Baffled by what they had been saying on TV. Why? That's sorry, but mate. Oh, I'm writing to apologise. By the way, I'm really baffled by what you've been saying on TV. What? Who cares what you think about what they've been saying on TV? You've just compared this woman unfavourably to a serial killer, and you think they're still going to be interested in your opinion about their television? But anyway, on he goes. I emailed Harry and Meghan in California to apologise to them too. Over the last 30 years, I've written very nearly 5,000 newspaper and magazine columns, so it was inevitable that one day I'd do a Harry Kane and Sky one of the damn things. No, it wasn't, mate. No, it wasn't inevitable. Which is what happened with the piece about Meghan. Bringing Harry Kane into it. What's he done to deserve this? Absolutely unbelievable. But that's not the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it came later. I'll tell you what it is. After the very latest news headlines with Amelia Cox.
Yeah, I would love to know what it says. Okay, so that's that. No comment in here. Let me go into that. Is there another one? No. Let's read some of the comments here. Okay, thanks for highlighting the most vile part of his fake apology. I can't wait for him to be banned from all broadcasters. His insincerity goes like this. He's horrified to see he's written a horrific article. He wishes his readers a Merry Christmas except Meghan Markle. Then days later, emails only Harry in that order. My goodness. Yeah, there's that. You could read that. December 22. And then on Christmas morning, my God, Lord, these are baggage for you. All right, spot on. Clarkson didn't direct his apology to Meghan, and giving that, he wrote about the media bullying Meghan in 2018. He knew exactly what he was doing with his various vile article last year, even before the most complained about December article. So there's that. This is the apology. You could pause it and read it. Okay. No, this was not the apology. I think that's the response from the Sussexes who rejected his apology. Pause it and read it. Okay. And I guess these are other things that he has written. Jeremy Clarkson, Meghan Markle has gone from being a breath of fresh air for the royal to the wicked witch. Baggage for God. Meghan hasn't done a thing to any of these people but good things, and this is the way they treated her. Alright, so December 9, 2022. Jeremy Clarkson, I had an argument with someone. We both agree Meghan Markle is on her. Baggage for God. Okay, I doubt Meghan's tears were real. How do you know how she feels? Baggage for God. Baggage for God. One clip, or cut it too early. The bit where he apologized just to Harry is the one you needed to post, and will have gone more engagement. Okay, Clarkson, non-apology was horrific, indulgent. It made me remember poem by Floyd O'Doc, this part in particular. Alright, you guys could pause it and read it. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. It's another video. This guy is, I don't know. I do not know. Oh, so maybe this is it. 4 minutes and 6 seconds. Okay, another masterpiece. Jeremy Clarkson, fake apology to Prince Harry, but not to the victim of abuse, Meghan Markle. You're right, it's all about status. Okay, of all the astonishing revelation, this is by far the worst. James O'Brien is appalled by Jeremy Clarkson's breathtaking apology to Harry for his comment about Meghan Markle. Alright, so good. I'm glad I put it second.
On December the 25th, 2022, Mr. Clarkson wrote solely to Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. Sorry, what, pardon? Excusez-moi? On December the 25th, 2022, Mr. Clarkson wrote solely to Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex.
Yep. And Harry was nowhere near that article that he wrote. Okay? Harry's name was nowhere in the article that he wrote. It was Meghan Markle. Okay?
Contents of his correspondence were marked private and confidential. Because nothing says public apology like private and confidential. While a new public apology has been issued today by Mr. Clarkson, what remains to be addressed is his long-standing pattern of writing articles that spread hate, rhetoric, dangerous conspiracy theories and misogyny. Unless each of his other pieces were also written, quotes, in a hurry, end quotes, as he states, it is clear that this is not an isolated incident shared in haste, but rather a series of articles shared in hate. I like that last line. Just as a wordsmith, all right, as a considerably less successful author than Prince Harry. I love that last line.
That's
shared
a good
in
one.
Haste rather than
Hate.
shared in haste, but rather a series of articles shared in hate. And that is that out of all of it. Listen, I know it's not worse than comparing her to a serial killer and then boasting about he can't possibly be a misogynist because Jodie Kidd once drove a car fast on his old television programme. But if someone insulted my wife and then wrote to me instead of her, I can't even begin to think how never mind how she'd respond. I can't even begin to think how. Could you imagine? I mean, Sheila and I don't present a show together, so she, you know, in the way that you and Nikki Campbell were once like a radio
Husband and wife team,
radio
yeah.
spouses.
My
Imagine if
goodness.
someone had insulted Sheila Fogarty and then written to Nikki Campbell about it. Back in the day, so, I was on your show the other day, and I'm very sorry for how rude I was to the woman.
It's astounding.
It's breathtaking.
It's medieval.
It's
Exactly. It's medieval kind of mindset these people have over there. And then to know, we all suspect, we have a basic understanding and idea who's behind this, who's persuading these men to do these things. Okay, weeks or days prior, that article was put out. He had dinner with Piers Morgan and Camilla. My goodness, now we see what Princess Diana was going through. Okay, I hope Princess Diana come through this time for his boy Harry.
Victorian, but you've gone further. Literally, about 800 years further. And that is how the man's mind works. It also then emerged, of course, that Amazon was poised to call time on a couple of his television entertainments, which means he's presumably terrified that he's going to lose the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire gig as well. Because, and of course, remember, it's not about the money. He's set up for life. It's
That's
about
right.
status. It's always about status with these people. It's
Yeah,
always
this guy is set for life. Look, if you compare his age now and the amount of money he was receiving, you know, whatever deal he had with Amazon, it's a million, 250 or 260 million dollars a year. For how long was he receiving that? And then other work he has done with television and all of that, he's set for life. Now, depend if he's a big spender. I don't know. Some people blow money like water, so you never know. Okay, but he should be pretty much set for life if you compare his age now compared to some young people who's trying to make it in life.
always about self-regard. It's always about how they are able to see themselves. If you're not on the telly anymore, then your ability to convince yourself that everything's going swimmingly and you're not a sort of frightened little bully, it just begins to dissipate. It begins to dilute. And I say that with a degree of sympathy because it's nothing therapy can't fix. But there it is. Out of all of these astonishing revelations of Jeremy Clarkson's character, including the condemnation from his own daughter, the idea that you write to the husband after you have publicly abused and maligned the wife in the worst imaginable way is truly off the scale. Mr. Clarkson wrote solely to Prince Harry the Duke.
You know what I just got here? I feel like, okay, this just crossed my mind. Whatever it is that was discussed during that dinner was a way to humiliate Harry. And that process, by humiliating Meghan, this is why he apologized to Harry. Okay, but I'm not saying he's right for just apologizing to Harry, but it's just the mindset, the whatever conversation they had at that lunch and or dinner, whatever he had, is to humiliate Harry. And he went in that route to humiliate Meghan in that process. And he completely forgot Meghan is American. There's a lot of business people in America, and apparently he was doing business with one company that is American. Okay, he forgot the connection of things. So all this was to humiliate Harry by degrading his wife. Okay, but what he did here is humiliate Meghan. We took it as entity. It was Meghan he humiliated. It's the mindset cannot comprehend things. And I think this is the idea that they put in his head to still go after Harry, but in the process, okay, I don't know. Their head is like in a freaking box. Okay, I'm not saying they didn't humiliate Meghan. They did. But people with good mindset will say, we know who Meghan is. But why did he have to go out of his way to humiliate, to put those nonsense out there? Okay? But the talk of the town, or probably in the luncheon, was for directly at Harry. But he went in the route of doing that to Meghan, which is Harry's wife. And this is why he went to apologize to Harry, instead of Meghan, who he actually did it to. And thank God, Harry stood up firm and said, you should apologize to my wife. He didn't say it like that, but that's what I see from it. Oh my goodness, but okay.
Because Sussex, and remember, by his own account in that letter, he's let us know that he decided to share the fact that he didn't really understand what they'd been talking about on the television either. So not only has he not written to the woman that he abused, he's also taken the opportunity of writing to the husband of the woman that he abused to presumably apologise for abusing the woman. He's taken the opportunity to reveal that he doesn't really approve of their accounts on television, of how appallingly they're treated by the British media. So a senior member of the British media who has roundly and disgustingly abused Meghan Markle writes to Meghan Markle's husband to say sorry for abusing Meghan Markle, while also revealing that he doesn't really understand what it is they've been saying about how appallingly they've been treated by the British media.
That's the thing. Yeah. Oh my God, these people are crazy.
I'll tell you what, if this was an episode of Succession and one of Logan Roy's top columnists had done what Jeremy Clarkson has done over the course of the last month, because it took him a month to do the public apology, which isn't really an apology at all, the script editors would send it back. They say, don't be ridiculous, nobody's that backwards.
Exactly, nobody's that backward. Oh, no comment. Let's go into that and see what people say. Okay, there's that. The question is, how does a hack who writes trash for Rupert Murdoch has access to Prince Harry's email address? That's another thing on Christmas Day. Okay, Jeremy Clarkson is clearly a narcissistic sociopath. He can stake his fake apology. That's another thing people should ask. How did you get his email address? Okay, so someone within the family must have given it to him. I wonder who. Wow. Okay, Jeremy Clarkson used the N-word, taking very seriously, BBC chief says. When was that? There's no date. Okay, this 2012. This 2010. You could read this. Now, I wonder who gave him Harry's email address. Who in the Wall family must have given him Harry's email address? My goodness. Okay, let's see here. Jeremy Clarkson is disgusting. No decent human being should be associate themselves with him. Okay, prohibit accountability and judgment. The band Chumbawamba has announced that it has turned down $30,000 for its song to be used in the new trailer for Jeremy Clarkson's next TV series following his most recent scandal. Meghan, God is speaking for you through us, so hold your peace. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Jeremy Clarkson dropped by Amazon Prime as he posts groveling Harry and Meghan apology. Report challenged that the streaming service will not continue with Clarkson on shows already commissioned. Okay, so that's what I said at the beginning of this video. All right, let's read here. You are absolutely right, Mr. James O'Brien. The British media is truly disgusting. Unfortunately, therapy can't fix everyone. Here you have no idea, Mr. James O'Brien. He actually did this 5 years ago, word for word. Okay, and all the time, let's see here. And all the time we had her ridiculous father cropping up on every TV show to say he loves her, and it's so sad he wasn't at the wedding, and even more unhappy that she never responded to his text, which translate from media speaks mean, quote, I hate her, I hate her, I hate, oh my God, what the hell? And can I have a bit of money, please? At this rate, it won't be long before she is stripped and forced to walk. Oh my God, wow, people, okay, so this sounds like Almost what he wrote. I can understand why this is happening. You don't know her. I don't know her. Oh, meanwhile, the Wall family went and tried to bring the father out there. Oh my God. All baggage for God. Make it make sense. Why does anybody expend any time on this regular themed Love Island on Ice and a jungle drama when there's really quite a lot of pretty important stuff going on in this country that actually relevant to them? Okay, Mr. Jim O'Brien, you probably won't see this, but if your count and listening numbers goes up in Apple Podcasts, it's because of me. Love your work. All right, so let's go to the last tweet. This is the last one I have here. Okay, let's see here. Susan Reed on GMB TV asking if Meghan Markle is at fault for not accepting an apology from Jeremy Clarkson over his vile comment about her. But he didn't apologize to her, so what she needs to accept for? He apologized to Harry, and Harry had nothing to do. Harry's name was not in Jeremy Clarkson's derailed article. So what kind of thing is that? Am I missing something? Connection of stuff. Perhaps she thinks it is Markle's fault that Clarkson would what he did. What the hell? In the past, I've tried to see her as the voice of reason, especially back in the days of Piers Morgan, but she is not. Some of the things she says are just awful. Okay, Susan Reed. Who is Susan Reed on GMB? Let's see. I need to put an image with that. Who is Susan Reed? Oh, that's that woman from that video I was just watching a few minutes. That's her name? Susan Reed. But he didn't apologize to Meghan. So what Meghan needs to do? Oh my God. Okay, he didn't apologize directly to her. That's what I'm saying. I will never forgive him if it was me. He spoke about like that. She's a huge part of the hate campaign that Meghan has put up with from the British media. Does that not encapsulate the misogyny? Okay, he didn't even apologize to her. He emailed Harry only on Christmas Day, of all days. I don't know, like this one of the comment I was just reading. God is speaking to us for them. My goodness. Why not take Meghan's name out and add hers? Hope that you start and many others retweet. She's a lady. Why Susan Reed is a disgrace, period. Okay, I didn't hear when she said that. Okay, Meghan didn't get an apology. Clarkson apologized to Harry by email, but not Meghan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What she needs to accept for, because it was never directed to her. Okay, it's almost like this apology never existed to Meghan because she's not aware of it. But luckily, you know, whatever. Okay, I can't watch Bob. They'll be inviting convicted rapists on with their victim to give their side of the story next. And the interested of balance, I wish I was joking. Okay, let's see here. It might have been more pertinent if Clarkson had apologized to her rather than her husband. Meghan, that's not Susan. Python-esque. Okay, it wasn't an apology. It was, please don't let me lose my lucrative job with Amazon and other various outlets who pay me an enormous salary for being obnoxious without censor. These people are just so terrible, it begs belief. All right, let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Prayer for... I don't know. Prayer for action. Okay, I said justice, action, and protection. Let's see. I'm gonna read this one and maybe that one. Let's see if there's anything on the side. There's none. Okay, the first two. Let's do that. Prayer for true justice. Oh Heavenly Father, our hearts are heavy, broken. Please give us eyes to see and ears to hear where your Spirit is working. Help us to see every person the way that you see them. Break our hearts for what breaks yours. God, let us not merely say that we love each other. Give us strength to mourn with those who mourn, to weep with those who weep. Let your justice roll like waters. That's right. Let your righteousness and love flow from us like rivers of living water. Purify our hearts, Lord, and fill us with genuine hunger for justice, for mercy, and for true peace. Heavenly Father, let justice and mercy start with me. Yeah, I like that one. Let's see this one. God of justice and equity, your kingdom welcome all people. You sent us your Son, Jesus Christ, through his precious blood, we are redeemed, and all divisions are removed. Change our sight so that we see your face and those who do not look or speak like us. Give us courage to fulfill your mission to those marginalized by our system. Lord, in your mercy, hear our prayer. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. So I will be posting this on this channel. There's a lot of other videos that in reference to the Jeremy Clarkson saga. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for your support. And if you have not subscribed to my other channel, APTS Team Sussex, please subscribe. This one is my backup channel. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.